Hello again, everyone. A couple of weeks ago, my husband had a really cool card from some friends of ours for his birthday. There was a picture of a couple of owls on the front, sitting on a branch, and one was rather snootily saying to the other, "Actually, it's to whom?" which made me smile, being a bit of a buff for wanting the correct grammar. So I thought I can do this. So I typed that sentiment out on the computer, printed it, and cut it from a card panel using one of my press cut nesting squares. Okay, so there is my front panel. I knew I'd got these Gummiapan owls, stamps with matching die, so I thought I'll get them out and see which two look as if they could be having this conversation, although one probably isn't saying very much. And when I looked at them, I thought this one and the little one look as though they might be able to, do that. And this is the branch they will be sitting on. And this, I think, is a memory box. It's very old. I think it's a memory box. Could have been Impression Obsession or something. And if he is going to be at a bit of an angle like that. And I thought that would be quite good because he could kind of be put on here. And the little one can just kind of go somewhere there. So those are the two I'm going to use. I'll keep them out because I want the dies for later. But I have actually put the stamps into my MISTI. This piece of card is actually the leftover bit when I made my card base. That was a sheet of A4. So cut it to make a square, folded it. There's my card base. There's my card panel. This is the scrap that I'm going to stamp and cut the owls from. Now, these stamps from Gummiapan haven't got any cling on the back to attach to a block or a platform like this or whatever. So all I do is put a smear of glue stick on the back, which wipes off easily once you have done your stamping. So I'm going to use Memento because I will be using some pale colour, and pale colours of markers do often smear with VersaFine or that kind of ink. This one is, you can use either hybrid or one of these, and this one is a dye ink. A dye ink. A hybrid is a mixture of dye and pigment. So let's just ink up my stamps. Oops, not going on very well. Some bits there, it's not sticking to. Can always do it a second time if it doesn't work terribly well the first time. And what I use is I don't know what they call them, a what's the name tool. This is an alabaster tea light holder. Just put a bit of felt on the bottom. I went to an alabaster factory in Italy this time. Really interesting. This chap cut a little urn thing on a lathe in kind of no time, and he didn't have any defined measurements. He just did it by eye, and there was a whole stack of them and they look practically identical. Well, that's rubbish, isn't it? So it's a good job it's in the platform. Let's try it again. Maybe the magnets are a bit close. Might be a bit fat. That's better, but the big chap's not quite right, is he, up in the corner? Let's have another go. I'm going to leave these in here because if I want to do any re-stamping at the end of having done my colouring, I can just pop them back in and stamp over the top. even if I've die cut them, actually, I could pop them back in, because if I leave these here, that one is just level with the number 6, so I'll know exactly where that one goes. And this one is right up into the corner, so I should be able to get them back in if I need to. May not be needed. Look at that, he's still up in the corner there. Oh, goodness. I suppose they're quite thin and still not wonderful. I'm going to do it again. Goodness me. I think we're just about there. I'll do one last vain attempt. The top seems to be, you know, kind of a bit tricky. Okay, let's take these out. You see, he's level with number 6, so if he goes back in exactly that place, we should be able to overstamp if we need to. And this one is easy because it's right into the corner. Okay, I'll put this away for a minute and we'll do a little bit of colouring. Okay, I chose this light colour. This is E010 for around the eyes. So I'm just going to do this around the eyes like this for both of them. Okay. I don't tend to go over the ink if I can help it, but with with Memento or with the hybrid ink, markers shouldn't be a problem. I know the first time I used Copics with StazOn, I always used to use StazOn ink to start when I first started crafting, and I was horrified that there were all these smears, and someone said to me, oh, you need to use Memento. So there we go. So there's their eyes. I can do a little bit of shading, even with a similar colour, just by going over it a few times. Like that. Okay. So there's their eyes. I think I'll do the next colour, the next lightest, which is this one, E370. The other two I've got are 260 and 430. Now, it's difficult to tell from the ends which is the darker. Let me just look. I think that one might be the darker one, actually. Oh, no. I'm still not au fait with all of these Ohuhu markers. Come round this bit here. Maybe I'll put a little bit of shading into this as well, but for the moment I'm just going to do the one colour. Let's do this one the same. They look like they're related, don't they? I don't know if this one's the mum or the dad, but obviously looking rather aghast. These markers have got brush tips. You can get markers with different kinds of nibs, brushes or bullet tips. I particularly like the brush ones because you can actually use them as you would a paintbrush. Okay. I think we'll do the little bit down the front, this colour too, as well. Put a bit of shading on later. These are such fun. The expressions on their faces, priceless. Absolutely priceless. Okay, Now, I think what I'll do, I'll use the deepest colour and put some shading into the middle of each of these feathers. And then I'll sort of blend it in with the other one. Just a bit of shading in there and some inside the middle of the feathers. I don't kind of know what kind of owls I'm trying to make them into. I didn't actually look at a picture of owls today to see. I often have a look on my iPad and see the sort of colouring that the real thing has, just to kind of add a little bit of authenticity to what I'm doing, but I didn't take a look today. Now we'll use this last one to go over and blend with this. It's just a bit warmer than that one I used there, I think. All I need then is something for the beak. I don't know what colour owls' beaks are. I may use a bit of jelly roll, I think, just pen, just to add a few highlights. There we go. Now the beak, I want to sort of, I think I fancy a sort of yellowish colour. Yellowish, what have we got? Y260, let's see if I can find Y260. Straight to it, look at that, Y260. What a bit of luck. There we go. Now I think this is where I'll use a little bit of the old jelly roll. This is a 10. There we go. Put some on the little ones. I don't know if the colouring would be the same on an adult as a little one, but never mind. There we are. So there are our owls. Now, I just want to cut out. I don't think I need to re-stamp, actually, to be honest. So let's put a bit of shading around there. Can't resist having a little titivate. There we are. Right, let's cut these out first, I think. So I keep the stamp in the back and the die in the front of these packets. I have a drawer full of, this is where I keep them. This is a Tonic Studios stack of 3 drawers. And these are the Gummiapan stamps that I have. And if they've got a coordinating die, I've put them in the packet with them, whereas standalone Gummiapan dies are in my die box. So I just thought that was, you know, you might be interested to see what I do. Those Tonic Studio drawers, when you get them, you can't take the drawers right out. But because I've got them on a shelf high up, that would be useless because I couldn't see to get in to see what I was doing. So I break off the lugs so I can put them just where I want them and take them out and have a look. So let me arrange this die around the image, and I'm going to tape it to try and get it just in the right place. And I might tape it twice. Okay. Let's cut out the big owl. Come up, there he is. Oh, isn't he splendid? Look at him. All right, let's just cut out the little one now. I'm going to take this off here because I want to use that to cut out my, should be enough space, I would think. Yes, there's enough space there to cut out my branch, and then I can colour that with some of these markers as well. Right, here's my little chap. I'll put this big one back in his packet. I put the dies in the front, means I can still see what the picture is. If I put the stamps in the front, I wouldn't be able to see the picture so well. Right, there's method in my madness. Okay, let's put the little one on. Drop more tape. Surprised how many times I took to stamp this. I think my magnets may be a bit fat. I don't know if they're replacement ones or what. I think that's okay. There we are. Oh, look. This one looks so innocent, doesn't it? Oh dear, they make me laugh. They really make me laugh. Just put it in here. Keep it safe. Right. Now then, let's just cut out. I'm not going to colour it first. I'm just going to cut one out and then I'll colour it in a moment. I might even try and get two. Can I fit two in there? We'll see. I may be able to. Oh, look, can you see? That was from the ink that was residual on that stamp, and it's come onto my Mylar sheet. Now, if that was on here, I wouldn't spot it as easily, but because it's on the Mylar, I can see it and clean it off before I put it through to die cut something else, because that mark of ink would have transferred onto my next piece of card that I was going to be die cutting. So there we are. Let's just see if we can get two branches out of this. Here's one. They stick right into my magic mat, but you do get a lovely edge to them. I really like my magic mat. Right, scrapbook.com they come from. I do have a link in the description below my videos to scrapbook.com, as they have made me an affiliate, which is lovely. I have an affiliation also with Sizzix.com, so if you ever want anything from them, if you go through my link, it is of benefit to me, which is really, really kind. Okay, right, I think I've probably done with those bits now. Let's get the branch. Oh, here we go. There's my, I think they need two just to make them a bit more substantial. So now I'll stick these together. Use my bit of Mylar again as a, because I don't have to bother cleaning the surface straight away. I can just move the Mylar out of the way. Okay, let's just put some glue onto the, oh, I'll do it on the front and put the other one on the top. Just take this out of the way of the glue for a minute. And I put this one on the top. And we'll see if we can get these nicely aligned. These are my favourite tweezers with a curved end. I just love them. There we go. There's our branch. I will just wipe this and then I'll do some colouring. Right, let's use a couple of these. I'm just using the angled bit just to do the lower part of the branch in the deepest colour, and then I'll do over the rest with the lighter one. So hopefully that will have given me a bit of shading. Let's just see how we go. That's good. Okay, that looks quite good actually. I'm pleased with that. Okay, now it's going to be really plain and simple. So let's just have a look. We've got to fit this chap on, and I thought he would go kind of there. So we've got to see how high up or low. Where's he going to go? I think like that. Okay, I will stick on the branch. Let's get another bit of something to protect my work surface. We'll put some glue on this. I was surprised how low it's got to go actually, but that's quite a big owl. Okay. I was wondering whether to stick it onto foam tape, but he might look a bit silly, sort of floating. I think I'll stick it down flat. Make him look almost as if he's sitting on the branch. Okay. And the little chap. Where did I have him? Where did I put him? think he might have been a bit further over there. That's all right. He's okay there. Right. This to go on there, and that I think can go on foam tape, because it would be nice to have that slightly raised, I think, because there's no foam tape on the layer beneath. Okay. Not so keen on this thickness of foam tape, but as I've not used anything else, I think it's going to be okay for this. I prefer a finer foam tape, actually. Not so thick. I actually prefer the really narrow, thin stuff. Okay. It's quite snooty, isn't it? Actually, it's to whom? What fun. I may put some shine on there. I don't know, but we'll see. Quick card, in fact. It didn't take long. I was messing about, but it was a quick card, and I think it's fun. So, as ever, thank you for joining me. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for giving a thumbs up. And I'll see you next time.